Uh, it's 10:30 a.m. And I'm standing opposite Hostel Arzu, ready to leave Atyrau to Uralsk or Oral, like I don't know how they call that. It's around 500 kilometers, and it is going to take me 6 hours. Because in Kazakhstan, I think I'm riding reasonably fast. One couple of good memories that I wanted to capture for Hostel Arzu is the conversation with the owner Aliman. Actually, it's my first time that I had a conversation on around like spirituality. Apparently, Aliman madam also follows Sadguru, and the first thing she said was when she looked at me was like, I give similar kind of aura as Sadguru, and I think that's probably one of the biggest compliments I have ever gotten in my life. And eventually we started to talk, and she started to ask like, why am I doing this journey? And it was interesting to answer some of her questions. But I'm glad I ended up at Hostel Arzu and had those kind of conversations. Yeah, I'll always have this fond memory of staying at Hostel Arzu and having those conversations around spirituality, soul path, and a lot of other abstruse things. Karma is one of those. So I was going to Uralsk, and then I saw this huge Orthodox church. I think it's an Orthodox church because in Russia the majority Christian religion is Orthodox Christians. And this is my first time seeing such a large and grand church in an Islamic country. Usually there are large and grand mosques. I think one typical thing about Orthodox Church is that they use a lot of gold in their dome. I think it is actual gold. I'm not too sure, but I think in the other Eastern European countries, I have seen Orthodox Church, like the Baltic countries, which were part of USSR at one point of time, and I think they had gold on the top of their dome, and I think this is also probably gold. Uh, I think Atyrau being very close to Russia, I think yeah there are good amount of Russians and hence Orthodox Christians here in the city, and maybe that's the reason why there's this big church here. There's a Kazakh oil petrol station, but I have put my first pit stop at 64 kilometers. There's another Kazakh oil petrol station. One thing I noticed about Kazakh oil, or in general the petrol stations in Kazakhstan, is that the price does not change a lot within the city and outside the city. I think in Europe I noticed this, that you should always fill inside the city because the prices are cheaper. But in Kazakhstan, the Kazakh oil stations within the city or outside the city has the same price. And I'm assuming that the petrol quality also is the same across the petrol stations. The temperatures have come down significantly since I have entered Kazakhstan. Bennu was a bit hot, but then Atyrau was pretty cool and chill. And I think Uralsk and Russia will also will be cooler, I guess. The Uzbekistan part was the hottest. Actually, looking back, it was the Tashkent to Samarkand, right? That was the hottest, or was it Samarkand to Bukhara? I forgot. I think I rode at like 42 degrees. I think it was Samarkand to Bukhara. where I was riding at 42 degrees at some point of time. But yeah, after that, even the West Uzbekistan, I was riding in like 35, 38. I didn't even remember seeing 40 degrees. But well, for most part, there was no internet, so maybe my the thermometer, the value of the temperature on my phone did not update because of the lack of internet.
Apparently, Uralsk is not a big city, so the Atyrau to Uralsk road is actually not wide. It is like the state highway in India. I think the venue to Atyrau road was better because I think it is the Aktau to Atyrau road, and I think both Aktau and Atyrau are big cities in Kazakhstan. It is my second pit stop, and instead of coming to the Kazakh oil, I actually came to this place called Neftek. Is the petrol station, and the cafe that they have, it is actually a supermarket with like lots of stuff like camping and all kinds of stuff that you need on the road. I got really impressed, and I have never seen anything like this in Kazakhstan before. So yeah, looks like Neftek is my new favorite. Sorry, Kazakh oil. I think I'll be stopping at Neftek now. They actually, one more thing is they have the toilets, and they also have sleeping and bathing area as well. And apparently it's free. I have to check. But I did see like the bathing area. The sleeping, I don't know. I have not seen inside.
2:30 p.m. now. I am ready to leave from the Neftek petrol station. There was a Russian biker, and he also came here. He needed some engine oil, and luckily I had some engine oil with me, so I gave it to him. It's good that my spare engine oil, which I have been carrying for so far, got utilized and was beneficial for some people. So that's a good thing. It's the next stop is I have put is another Kazakh oil petrol pump that would come in another 200 kilometers. So yeah, for another 200 kilometers, maybe I'll stop at 100 kilometers somewhere midway because I have some of the iced tea and some peanuts with me. I'll take a break in 100 kilometers, eat and drink something, and then maybe leave from there.
It's 3:30 p.m. and I think I would have covered 50 kilometers from the last petrol station. And then I saw this cafe and I stopped at this cafe. Uh, yeah, this cafe came out of nowhere, and then I came in and I asked them if they have anything without meat. And eventually, I got some loaf, which is rice without meat, and some bread and tea. So I think the plov was 1500 tenge, which is around 300 rupees. I said if they will take 1200 tenge, and they said okay. So yeah, this is my lunch for today, and I think the next stop will be only after 150 kilometers at the next Kazakh oil, because then I had to fill petrol. Because right now it is 4 bars, but then I think I would have driven 150 kilometers since I refueled, and it's another 150, and I think around at 300 kilometers my bike tank pretty much goes empty. I think I can do 320, 340 worst case, but yeah, at 300 kilometers I probably will have to refill. That's the cafe that I had stopped, and this is the vast Kazakh steppe or steppe, like there's only the road where you could see some things, and then this huge open land. On the far there is, I think, some village. So yeah, it's not exactly the steppe look, but yeah, this is how typically Kazakhstan looks like, where you have like one house show up next to the road and you are very sure that it is a cafe, and you stop. Oh, there's a small kitten. Hello. Hello.
Okay, couple of interesting things happened. So I came to the hostel that I had located on Tugis, and it turned out to be a hostel where all these the truck drivers and all, I think they are mostly staying. But then I found this two very nice guys, and they are actually older. But then actually I on my bike I think my front tire air pressure has become less, so I came to that hostel and then they started talking to me. I told them about my air tire pressure, and immediately they managed a pump and a measuring device and filled the air. And then I inquired. The one of the guys was actually a biker, he said, and then he said that yeah, this is a nice hostel. He took me, showed me the room, and then I told him, well, I need Wi-Fi to upload my video because I couldn't upload my videos yesterday. He said, oh, use my phone internet, and I was like, I will exhaust all your data. And he was like, it's okay. And somehow even my tele to internet provider speed is actually coming out to be good. So I decided to take the hostel, and then I came to the ATM to withdraw money because they only will take cash. When I was there at the ATM, I actually heard this song "Mera Dil Gaye Ja Zubi Zubi Zubi" being played pretty loud at some of the location nearby. But by the time I switched on my camera to record the music stopped. So yeah, many interesting things happening in like quick succession of time. I am getting a lot of help and reminding me of India with the music and stuff like that. So yeah, this is eventful in a pleasant way, I would say.